How do you know if you're on a spiritual ego trip?
How do you know if you're on a spiritual ego trip? Somebody asked me this question. How do you know you're not on a spiritual ego trip? Oh my God, I might be on a spiritual ego trip. You know, the chances are that one is. But is it really that important? What's really important is, what is my intention? Where am I coming from? What do I hope to achieve? What am I trying to bring in? What am I trying to express to others? What is my intention? That's really what's important. I don't think anybody's always on an ego trip of any kind, spiritual or otherwise. There's no difference to me between a spiritual ego trip and any other kind of ego trip. An ego trip is when you're identifying with something other than who you truly really are. So you're going, I am the one that does all the meditation. I am the one that, goes on retreats. I am the one that knows so very much. And you're saying all this. The only way I can tell if I'm in my ego is by listening to my internal dialogue. Because the ego is supported by the internal dialogue. If there wasn't any internal dialogue, there'd be no sense of ego at all. So how do you know? Because you'll be chatting to yourself about how great you are, and it is. Also, in the longer term, results will show you whether you're in your ego or not. But really, is that really how it is? It's like everybody at some point gets in their ego, loses consciousness of the self, but gets taken over and starts identifying with what they're doing. Oh, I'm the one that's got the new pair of shoes. Here in Arunachala, it's been the day where everybody gets new clothes. So there's people going around, yes, I'm the one that's got the new shirt. You can forcibly identify with anything. But is it so bad? In the early days of Western spirituality, there was this big thing put on the ego, wasn't it? Oh, you shouldn't have an ego. Oh, watch out, we'll have to kill your ego. As it turned out, the ego didn't need to be killed. As the truth of who we truly are emerges, the ego subsides. It just subsides. It becomes undermined by the self. You don't have to kill it. You can't kill it. You don't actually have to do anything with it. You just have to be vigilant and be conscious and be the self that you truly are. But, people say that to me. They've always said that to me. Oh, you've got a big ego. Maybe I have. But the good news is that, there's Lord Shiva, who is the destroyer of delusions and infatuations. And, and he's taken the form of masters and teachers and treatises and practices and great mirrors that show me and teach me. So I don't worry about it. It's ugly. The ego is something ugly about the ego. Maybe, people say to me, oh, you've done all these videos. Who do you think you are? You're on a spiritual ego trip because you've made these videos telling people how you see it. These videos come with love. I spent decades focusing, practicing daily, and now I want to give it to people. I have people come and see me. Hundreds of people come every year. It's not many, but some, they come, and I want to give them something that they can have as a resource when I'm not there. And it's a legacy. of a life lived in the way that I've lived. And maybe, you know, only a few thousand people have seen my videos now. Maybe at some point more will. I don't know. I don't really care. But I'm trying to bring my videos and my understanding with love to help people. Sometimes I get it wrong. But I think that's true of probably everybody. There was one time where even the Dalai Lama was in Australia and he was going into a door with the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister says, you go first, and he goes, no, you go first. Then the Prime Minister goes, no, actually, you go first. The Dalai says, no, you go first. And it's basically a conflict has arisen, and it gets severe, because the Dalai goes, no, you go first, and he goes, no, you go first, no, and and you can see that their egos, well, that's what it appears, their egos have like really bristled and got to a point of like, oh my God, and in the end, the Prime Minister of Australia virtually pushes the Dalai Lama through the door, and then they have a fist fight inside. No, he pushes him through the door. So it's there, everybody has that possibility from time to time. And, you know, all one can do is just be vigilant, try and be aware, and, you know, make progress in waking up.